Parallel resonance circuit. When inductor L and capacitor C are connected across alternating source of EMF E0 sin omega t, then it is called as parallel resonance circuit. Let I be the instantaneous current. Let I be the instantaneous current. It gets divided into IL, IC flowing through inductor and capacitor. Since IL lags the EMF by 90 degree and IC leads the EMF by 90 degree. Therefore, phase difference between them will be 180 degree. Now, because phase difference is 180, therefore I is IL difference with IC. Generally, we add the current when they are passing through parallel branch. But in case of AC circuit having LC, the net current is difference of the current. So this is E upon XL difference with E upon XC. So I can say I equals to E into 1 upon XL difference with 1 upon XC. At resonance, XL will become XC. So I will become E into 0, I equal to 0. So for series resonance, we got I maximum, and for parallel resonance, I is minimum. Minimum is it is 0. This is condition for parallel resonance. Just draw the diagram and write till this. Then we are doing application of series and parallel resonance. One is actually called rejector circuit, other is called acceptor circuit.
Done, sir.
So whether it is resonating series or parallel circuit, one thing is fixed, XL equal to XC. But in series resonance, current is maximum. In parallel resonance, current is minimum. Formula for resonating frequency will remain same. 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Now graph of I versus frequency in series resonance. And graph of I versus frequency in parallel resonance. Graph of I versus frequency in parallel resonance. I versus frequency. At lower frequency, XC is greater or XL is greater?
XC.
XC. So my current formula is E upon impedance in parallel resonance. So here we get I equals to E upon root of R square plus XL minus XC square. When frequency is low, then XC is greater. So XC minus XL will come in this factor. So assuming that XC is high, at lower frequency, XC is greater because it is inversely proportional. And XL I am assuming 0. So difference of these two will be 100. As frequency increases, this may become 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and finally 0. And this will become 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now 90 and 10 difference is 80. 80 and 20 is 60. So I can see difference is decreasing. That means this denominator term is decreasing. So answer will go on increasing or decreasing? I का
Increasing.
I will go on increasing. 20 फिर इधर 0 हो गया. फिर से देखो वही रिपीट हो रहा है. 20, 40, 60, 80 back to 100. So first impedance goes on decreasing, 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 becomes 0. Again goes on increasing, 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 becomes maximum. So can I say current first goes on increasing, 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 becomes maximum, and then again decreases, decreases, decreases. Got it? Meaning why? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when I think of graph of current versus frequency in series resonance, it clicks in my mind. At resonance, current will become maximum. So as frequency is low, that difference is large, denominator large, answer is less. So slowly, 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 slowly it will increase and then become maximum and again decrease. So this frequency at which current becomes maximum is called resonating frequency. And this value of current is I maximum, which is E by only R, because Z becomes R. I hope you followed this much.
Yes.
sir.
Draw this diagram.
Done, sir.
Now for parallel resonance, let us see the graph. First current I, we got E into 1 upon XL difference with 1 upon XC in parallel resonance. At lower frequency, XL is less, so its reciprocal will be greater. So first term is greater, I am assuming it to be 100, and second term 0. Again difference will become 100 in the first case. So I into equals to E into 100. Next case this becomes suppose 90 and this is 10. So difference will become 80. So new current will become E into 80. Then it will become E into 60, E into 40, E into 20, E into 0. That time current becomes 0. Again then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on. So what you can observe, current is from maximum 100 E at lower frequency is decreasing, decreasing, decreasing till it becomes 0 and then again increases. So practically I will become minimum, but theoretically at resonance I becomes 0 at resonance. So that frequency is called resonating frequency, I and F. Okay, clear? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this is theoretical or ideal graph and this is practical, it becomes 0. But what you have to observe, current first decreases, becomes minimum, again increases in parallel resonance circuit. Draw this diagram, parallel resonance ka graph.
Done, sir.
Right, the series resonance circuit is also called as acceptor circuit. Series resonance circuit is also called as acceptor circuit. And series resonance circuit is also called as acceptor circuit, and parallel resonance circuit is also called as rejector circuit. So suppose this is I versus frequency graph. current first increases in series resonance, becomes maximum, again decreases. This is called resonating frequency. I, can I say it is E by R at resonating frequency at F equal to F naught at resonance? Can I say like this? Hello?
Yes.
This resonating frequency depends upon R or depends upon XL/XC? It depends upon LC, na, root of LC. So if I don't change L, don't change C, I have not changed XL, I have not changed XC. But if I make R as 2R, if R is increased to 2R, then can I say I will become E by 2R?
Yes.
So I maximum will decrease or increase when you increase the resistance at resonance?
Decrease.
Decrease. So this was suppose at R, then when I is made, R is made 2R, then we'll find that maximum decreases. First, this was I maximum, that is E by R. Then this will be I maximum, which will be E by 2R, but frequency will remain same. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So if they say we want least current to flow and circuit should be in series resonance, then we have to increase the resistance of the circuit. Just write this much, draw this to understand the concept if they ask something like this. At resonance, we can change the current ka maximum value by changing resistance at same frequency. Chalo, shall I clear this?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is meaning of radio tuning? Radio tuning. See, in radio, we have got many channels which can be adjusted. So in air, there are many electromagnetic waves, sent by either Radio Mirchi or Radio FM. If it is 98.3 wala megahertz, then it will become Radio Mirchi. Same way it can be Red FM, it can be midday like 92.7 और 93.5, ऐसा अलग अलग रह सकता है ना एयर में. लो
Yes, sir.
देखो रेडियो स्टेशन को मालूम नहीं है कौन उसका सिग्नल लेगा, वो तो हवे में फेंक रहा है ऐसा अलग अलग सिग्नल. दिस इज आई हैव गॉट वन सोर्स, ऑल्टरनेटिंग सोर्स, मतलब रेडियो मेरा, उसके अंदर रेजिस्टेंस कनेक्टेड है, सी कनेक्टेड है और एल कनेक्टेड है, आर सी एल. नाउ व्हाट आई डू, आई चेंज दिस नॉब, मतलब मैं कैपेसिटर चेंज करता हूं जनरली. तो कैपेसिटर चेंज करके मैं रेजोनेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी 1/2π√LC बदल सकता हूँ ना? हेलो?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So by changing, suppose it becomes 98.3, तो ये अपना रेडियो सेट जिसके साथ ये कनेक्टेड है, रेडियो सेट के साथ, वो ये सिग्नल को कैच कर लेगा ऐसा। फिर अगर 92.7 को ट्यूनिंग किया तो ये कैच कर लेगा, 98.3 को तो ये कैच करेगा। That means we can adjust the resonating frequency by changing that capacitor, and as per that air का वो electromagnetic wave will be accepted by this, rest all are rejected. So this is how we can tune the musical instrument, because in air the broadcasting station वो तो सब लोग छोड़ रहे हैं ना एयर में अपना अपना सिग्नल। कल आपने एक चैनल बनाया, आपने भी एयर में छोड़ दिया, तो जिसके पास वो डिवाइस है आपका इंस्ट्रूमेंट सिग्नल कैच करने के लिए, उसके इधर वो सिग्नल आएगा। अगर आपने फ्री रखा है तो उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी ऐसा है कि कोई भी कैच कर सकता है। सो दिस हाउ वी कैन ट्यून द म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट। मतलब क्या होता है देखो ग्राफ, आपको थोड़ा लॉजिक समझा ट्यूनिंग का?
Yes, sir.
मतलब एयर में बहुत से वेव है इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक, हर एक का फ्रीक्वेंसी अलग अलग है, स्पीड सबका सेम है। तो जो भी चैनल आप एडजस्ट करते हैं बाय टर्निंग दैट ट्यूनिंग दैट ट्यूनर, जैसे ही फ्रीक्वेंसी मैचिंग आया रेजोनेंस हुआ, रेजोनेंस हुआ मतलब लार्ज साउंड को उसने कैप्चर कर लिया। कभी कभी खरखराट आता है आवाज में, मतलब 2-3 सिग्नल एक साथ आते हैं। तो अगर दो सिग्नल के बीच में गैप कम होगा ना, तो दो सिग्नल एक साथ कैच कर लेगा। मतलब ऐसा है, इफ दिस इज, लेट अस टेक 92.7 का कुछ सिग्नल रेजोनेटिंग वाला। व्हेन आई इंक्रीज द फ्रीक्वेंसी, इधर तो 93 भी होगा ना, इधर तो आगे 98.5 भी होगा एंड सो ऑन। तो ये दूसरा वाला अगर रेजोनेटिंग आया, ये 93.5 पे, जिधर ये दोनों मिलेगा वहां पे दोनों सिग्नल कैच हो जाएगा। सो व्हाट द ब्रॉडकास्टिंग स्टेशन विल डू, वो अपने सिग्नल का बैंडविड्थ कम रखेगा। जितना कम रखेगा उतना दूसरे सिग्नल के साथ ओवरलैप नहीं होगा। ओवरलैप नहीं होगा तो आपको एक ही साउंड सुनाई देगा, नहीं तो दो दो सिग्नल सुनाई दे सकते हैं। दिस हाउ वी एक्चुअली ट्यून द म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट। सो दिस ट्यूनिंग depends upon two things. One is called as sharpness of resonance, which is also called as Q, और quality factor। मतलब अगर गैप एकदम कम है, डायरेक्टली सडन राइज हो जाता है, तो दूसरा सिग्नल के लिए जगह ही नहीं ना कैच होने के लिए। तो sharpness of resonance, also called as Q or quality factor, and bandwidth. Let us see what it is. And bandwidth. So if I want quality of resonance or single sound to be heard sharply, then bandwidth must be as small as possible. So the sharpness depends upon bandwidth. Smaller the bandwidth, sharper will be the sound heard. That means if this is graph of I against frequency, and imagine this is I maximum at frequency f naught, or we can say angular velocity omega, both are matching. Generally we represent by omega in our electronic industry. Now what I do, I keep this bandwidth थोड़ा कम थोड़ा ज्यादा accepted by my device when current is I maximum upon √2, that means I RMS. Current is I maximum by √2. That time this is suppose omega 1 and this is omega 2. So bandwidth delta omega, one minute, just draw this graph. then we'll see. Hello. भेजा आपने किस चीज का है वो? कौन सा बुक से? अरे आपने एक साथ टाइप किया होगा ना, तो मालूम होगा ना कौन सा बुक से। देखा नहीं क्या? एडिट से समझता है ना अपने को बहुत बार। हाँ देखता हूँ। हाँ तो उसका पीडीएफ है क्या? अच्छा ठीक है। ओके, ड्रॉन दिस डायग्राम।
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अभी जरा कॉन्सेप्ट खाली समझ लो, क्योंकि आपको तो खाली फॉर्मूला याद रखना है। सो बैंडविड्थ विल बी दिस रेंज वेर आई मैक्सिमम अपॉन √2, आई मैक्सिमम बाई √2 के लिए अपने पास दो फ्रीक्वेंसी है रिलेटेड टू ω1 एंड ω2. सो दिस बैंडविड्थ डेल्टा ओमेगा is ω2 minus ω1. That means it is from IRMS upon √2 to IRMS I maximum upon √2 to I maximum, और ये I maximum upon √2, ये दो के बीच में एक I maximum भी आएगा. So bandwidth is adjusted in this form. What is power formula at resonance? Power in terms of current, can you tell power?
I square R.
I square R. Actually IRMS है ना ये AC सर्किट में.
Yes, sir.
So IRMS मतलब I0 by √2 होगा ना. बराबर.
Yes, sir.
IRMS मतलब I0 by √2. तो ये I0 स्क्वायर अपॉन 2. So I0 स्क्वायर R मतलब ये मैक्सिमम पावर हुआ, और ये मैक्सिमम पावर का हाफ, और ये भी मैक्सिमम पावर का हाफ. सो वी एडजस्ट इन सच अ वे दैट कि पावर मैक्सिमम का हाफ के बीच का वाला फ्रीक्वेंसी आना चाहिए. पावर कम हो जाएगा तो स्ट्रेंथ वीक होगा. स्ट्रेंथ वीक है मतलब वो कैच करके भी फायदे का नहीं, सुनाई नहीं पड़ेगा. तो ये पावर मैक्सिमम के बीच का विड्थ जितना कम, उतना एक ही सिग्नल सुनाई देगा, नहीं तो बहुत ज्यादा सिग्नल सुनाई देगा. सो हाफ पावर फ्रीक्वेंसी इज यूज्ड वेयर power is reducing to half of the maximum power. This range is called as nothing but bandwidth. Hello?
Yes, sir.
ओके, थोड़ा इधर तक लिखो, फिर अगला दो लाइन समझाता हूं, फिर देखेंगे शार्पनेस कब हो जाएगा ज्यादा. So sometimes omega 1 is also called as half power frequency. Omega 2 is also half power frequency. सब कर दूं इसको. Can I clear this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that means if the bandwidth is lying between omega 1 and omega 2, which is nothing but frequency corresponding to half power, then we get clear sound heard. This omega 2 minus omega 1, आपको इसका डेरिवेशन नहीं है, खाली एक याद रखना है, r by l होता है. Omega 2 minus omega 1 is r by l. So if I want this delta omega, which is omega 2 minus omega 1, to be least, then what should be r? Maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
नहीं, कम चाहिए ना आंसर, ये लीस्ट चाहिए ना आंसर.
Oh, sorry, minimum.
So r should be as small as possible and inductance L should be large. So sometimes rarest case may they can ask for smaller bandwidth what should be resistance. So resistance must be small and inductance L should be large. Then we get sharp resonance. Sharp resonance means gap कम हो जाएगा. अगर gap कम तो ये sharp दिखेगा ना, gap कम होगा तो. Gap ज्यादा होगा तो ऐसा wide दिखेगा. So for sharp resonance, R, that means resistance should be small and inductance L should be large. Please copy this much.
Done, sir.
So just keep by heart it that for sharp resonance, resistance should be small, inductance should be large. Then sharp resonance comes. Now what is quality factor or Q factor? The ratio of resonating frequency to the bandwidth is called as Q factor. Therefore, Q factor or quality factor Q, which is resonating frequency upon bandwidth. Resonating frequency omega naught, bandwidth is delta omega. Now omega naught is 1 upon root LC. The frequency is 1 upon 2 pi root LC. This is omega upon 2 pi is 1 upon root LC. 2 pi will get cancelled. So can I say omega naught is 1 upon root LC?
Yes, sir.
And this is nothing but R upon L. खाली इसका प्रूफ सिलेबस में नहीं है, ये बहुत assumptions के बाद आता है, तो डायरेक्टली याद रखना है आपको. R by L is bandwidth. So can I say this will become 1 upon root LC into L by R? by taking reciprocal. So 1 upon r into root of L square upon L into C, एक L cancel, that is 1 upon r root of L by C is called quality factor or Q factor. R should be kept small, तो Q factor बहुत अच्छा होगा ना, फिर डिनोमिनेटर ज्यादा तो ये आंसर कम, तो आंसर बहुत अच्छा आएगा ना, Q क्वालिटी फैक्टर. दैट मीन्स R स्मॉल L लार्ज मैच कर गया ना अपना Q फैक्टर के लिए. हेलो.
Yes, sir.
So two things new you have to remember. Bandwidth is R by L. Quality factor is 1 upon R root of L by C. Second, R must be as small as possible and L should be large. Now copy full Q factor. देखो लास्ट ईयर का बुक में नहीं है, न्यू ईयर का टेक्स्ट बुक में दिस पार्ट इज इंक्लूडेड, एनसीईआरटी में पहले से ही था. So if it comes in the exam, it will be directly formula based question. So quality factor is nothing but resonating frequency upon bandwidth. Bandwidth is R by L. Resonating frequency is 1 upon root LC. Simplifying, we got 1 upon R root L by C. Okay.
Yes, sir.
एकदम लास्ट पार्ट, LC oscillation. LC oscillations. Capacitor and inductor, when they are first kept open, this is switch kept open, this is given charge Q naught at the start, here charge minus Q naught. Suddenly when we close this, then charge starts flowing. So the sequence will be such that एक बार ये चार्ज इधर इधर जा रहा है, मतलब करंट कम कम होएगा ना, पहले चार्ज कम कम, इधर इसका चार्ज कम, तो करंट इसमें से ज्यादा फ्लो होना चालू करेगा ना. जैसे ही करंट फ्लो हो गया तो ये बैक ईएमएफ डेवलप करेगा. बैक ईएमएफ मींस इट विल ट्राई टू अपोज by sending opposite current. हेलो.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So ये जीरो, फिर ऑपोजिंग, फिर नेगेटिव, ऐसा करके वापस चार्ज डिस्चार्ज हो जाता है. So will not go in much detail. Just remember in LC oscillation. I'm just writing this in LC oscillation. That means L and C are connected together without battery. In LC oscillation, energy across inductor is always equal to energy across condenser. Total energy always remains constant. So energy across capacitor is half CV square and across inductor is half Li square. Total will remain constant. अगर ये ज्यादा हो गया तो ये कम होएगा, ये कम तो ये ज्यादा. So that total is managed. That is actually law of conservation of energy. So in LC oscillation, energy across inductor is same as energy across capacitor. This we are more interested in. Right, this much?
Done, sir.
So this completes our chapter called EMI and AC flow. Now I'm sending you one extra question set which you have to practice apart from few more questions which are there. Take a minute. I'm just sending it. Then I will discuss you how you are going to complete in entire week. Homework sheet. Total there are 134 questions. I'm just checking, total questions are 134, I think. Yes, total 134 questions are there with answers also given. Now write your homework. First in actual sheet I completed till 62 and then there are few homework numericals. How many are there in that? 63. To how many you can do today? 63 to total 90 are there. This is today's homework. That means Saturday. If you have done few, then only few are there. If not, then it is close to 30, 27 sums you have to do today. From the old PDF, which I have given you, which contains even theory notes. Then today PDF, which I have sent. Total there are 134 in that. New PDF. In this first one to 25, 1 to 25, you will complete Sunday. Sunday is 17, 1, 21. Then 26 to 50, You'll complete on Monday. 21 to 50. Manageable. Then 51 to 100. छोटा छोटा समय. This is on Tuesday. Then 100 to 134, that is that last one. By Wednesday, which is 20th, you have to complete full EMI second sheet. I'll be starting with light chapter. By that time, I'll be completing theory. So you have to study theory and do this sum so that you are not overburdened with MCQ of light part. And coming Sunday, that is not tomorrow. Tomorrow is date 17. 17/7/24th. You will have test on electromagnetism. Test on electromagnetism, which includes topic called electrostatics, current, magnetic field, magnetism, and EMI and AC. So in all, it is combo of 1, 2, 3, 4. अगर आप NCERT देखोगे तो electrostatic दो part में है. So I'm not using that. I'm telling full electrostatic, full current, full magnetic field, full magnetism, and full electromagnetic induction with AC circuit. This is your Sunday's test. Now, when you are solving so many sums, देखो ये Wednesday तक खत्म हो जाएगा. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have to revise additional sums, whatever you get, and Sunday write electromagnetism test. Just write down the homework so that you remember what is homework.
सर कल के टेस्ट में सिर्फ EMI और AC आएगा ना?
कल के टेस्ट में खाली EMI AC है. अब एक छोटा सा सिंपल थियरी वी आर यूजिंग नाउ. रे ऑप्टिक्स वी आर स्टार्टिंग. एकदम सिंपल चैप्टर है, थोड़ा सा पढ़ा है. हाँ बोलो.
करंट ग्रोथ एंड डीके वाला ग्राफ वो है पोर्शन में.
करंट ग्रोथ एंड डीके नहीं है, फिर भी मैं आपको नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में भी, उतना टाइम नहीं ना अपने पास, तो मैं एक घंटे का एक लेक्चर ले लूंगा. करंट ग्रोथ एंड डीके चाहिए तो हाँ, जस्ट टू बी ऑन द सेफर साइड, और इफ यू आर डूइंग सम बुक्स उसमें मिल सकता है आपको, करा दूंगा, पर है नहीं अपना सिलेबस में. बट स्टिल टू बी ऑन द सेफर साइड कर लेंगे. रे ऑप्टिक्स chapter is simple, only the thing it is slightly lengthy. What do you mean by optics? एकदम बेसिक से बता रहा हूं. What is optics? Branch of physics which deals with study of light. Which deals with study of light is called as optics. There are two optics. One is called as ray optics, other is called as wave optics. In ray optics, we study about geometry, and in wave optics, we study about property of interference of two light waves. What is meaning of reflection? Reflection. When ray of light is incident on plane reflecting surface, it rebounces back into the same medium. This phenomenon is called as reflection. Angle of incidence is same as angle of reflection. Now, if we don't have this reflecting medium, तो light ऐसे ही जाता ना सीधा, without any change in its path. Because of reflecting surface, it comes back into the same medium like this. This angle made by incident ray with normal is angle of incidence. Reflected ray with normal, angle of reflection. This is original light. ओरिजिनल एंड दिस इज फाइनल। तो ये एंगल का कुछ नाम है क्या? इट इज कॉल्ड एंगल ऑफ
Angle
डेविएशन।
of deviation.
Okay. So can I say I plus R plus deviation is 180 degree?
Yes.
But I is same as R. So I plus delta is 180. That means delta will be 180 minus 2I, or delta will be 180 minus 2R in case of reflection. Just write only this much first. So till Wednesday, I will not start with any new MCQ because you are doing that extra MCQ, doubt will be there. So as per that, I will clear your doubts till Wednesday. And after Wednesday, if I have cleared maximum theory of ray optics, then we'll start with MCQ. So this month end, ray optics, wave optics, I have to complete. Electromagnetism completed by January end. Then in 15 days, we'll complete atoms, molecule, nuclei, electrons, photons, semiconductor in 15 days. So by February 15th, your part 2 should be completed. That means 23 MCQ completed. Then we'll begin for remaining 22 MCQ for part 1. Part 1 means states of matter, mechanics, heat and sound. By April end, entire syllabus should get over because exam will not be before July. So full May and June we have to do revision.
Done, sir.
वो लिख लिया डेल्टा इज 180 minus 2R और 180 minus 2I.
हाँ.
एक और छोटा सा property which already have explained in magnetic field. If you are remembering, tell me. If incident ray is kept fixed and plane mirror is rotated by angle theta, then reflected ray will get rotated by what angle?
2 theta.
2 theta. So keeping incident ray fixed, when plane mirror is rotated by angle theta, then reflected ray gets rotated by 2 theta. So just draw this diagram, only property I am writing. Keeping incident ray fixed. If plane mirror is rotated by theta, then reflected ray gets rotated by 2 theta.
Done, sir.
तो आज इतने ही करते हैं, इतना रिवीजन करके रखना। आर्यन आपको डाउट है ना थोड़ा?
यस सर.
इवनिंग कनेक्ट करेंगे 9:30 बजे, मैं भेजू आईडी?
ओके सर.
हाँ, मैं आईडी सबके लिए कॉमन में भेज दूंगा, जिसको थोड़ा बहुत डाउट होगा तो आ जाना उधर, मतलब कॉमन ग्रुप में ही भेज दूंगा। इवन अनिकेत, देन यू कैन आल्सो अटेंड, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
डाउट नहीं है तो नो नीड ऑफ अटेंडिंग. इफ somebody is having one or two sums doubt, you can ask me in that. Evening 9:30. So that's all for today. Tomorrow's test Hello?
Yes,
sir.
Tomorrow's test timing 6 to 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all for today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Just homework do properly so that if any doubt difficulty